Because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
You thought the game was over, but it's only just begun.
Welcome to the Land Massacre known as Safe. I can't believe that we're actually talking about this now. I can't believe that this has already been greenlit, and it is official, guys. It is official, and we're going to have another Saw film next mid-September of 2024. Okay? It has been greenlit that Saw 11 is going to happen, guys. I mean, look, a $13 million budget turned to over, what, $106, $107 million in profit. And the Saw fans are back. Saw is back. And I am so excited to see where this goes. And from the news we've seen already, like the little rumors, I mean, we're going to have this movie filming as soon as possible. I thought this was going to be a 2025 release if it was ever going to be greenlit. I didn't think it was going to be greenlit this year at all. But obviously, Tobin Bell is getting older, and at 81 years old, you know, time is on his side right now, and as great as an actor he is and what he could do, you know, as playing John Kramer / Jigsaw, you know, these things have to happen a little bit quicker. I mean, back in the day, we had a Saw film pretty much every single year. Now, as this movie is coming out next September, filming is going to happen very soon, and you will have a teaser probably in a few months at this point. And September seems like it's far away, but it's really not. It's going to come by a lot faster than we think. And another Saw movie for another year is just so excited. So many ideas are going through my mind. Now, a few ideas are going through my head of where the spotlight is going to be. And the rumors were the past month, a few weeks ago, we heard some rumors about where's this next film, Saw 11, going to take place. And it looks like that this is going to be a direct sequel to Saw 10. So we might not even be hitting the events after Saw 2 yet at all, and kind of continuing the story, and some little hints about Cecilia Peterson and her whereabouts. Now, from some of the deleted scenes that we did see, that I did make a video on a couple weeks ago regarding Saw 10 on the Blu-ray, if you guys haven't owned it, to kind of see the behind the scenes and some of the deleted scenes, it's all over the internet, that Cecilia Peterson does escape you know, the secret hospital, you know, in the middle of nowhere. And after John, the little boy, and Amanda leave, the gas turns off, obviously, and the door opens. We don't really see her leave, but I mean, honestly, that's where it's going right now. John knew that this door was going to open up and she was going to leave, and at this point, like, why doesn't he see her as a threat for the future of, you know, kind of ruining his plans? And, you know, how much of a big threat is she actually? Now, there has been some rumors about Costas Mandylor, who plays Mark Hoffman in the Saw franchise. And since we saw a glimpse of him in the post-credit scene, which was awesome, first of all, I hope we see Henry's trap and how that unveils to kind of get that out of the way. Maybe that will be the first thing that happens of what happens to Henry, since he was a part of this whole scam for obviously John Kramer's surgery that was, you know, didn't plan out the way it was. And since he was a part of it, to see where he ends up, where his future lies in the Saw bathroom. Does he survive? Does he die? I guess we're gonna find out. 11. I mean, it's so perfect. It's setting up Mark Hoffman to be in a bigger role in this next film. John Kramer is getting more sick, and I think that would kind of make, you know, they can make John look a little bit more weaker in this film. You know, at this point, I mean, I don't know what the time gap is going to be. We don't even know what the movie's going to be about, so we're kind of just spitting things back and forth here. But I think, you know, as Amanda is really, you know, sticking with John as his number one full apprentice, and obviously maybe we'll see an earlier approach between, you know, maybe Mark Hoffman and Amanda and their relationship earlier, because we know they didn't really get along too much as the apprentices of John Kramer. Until we get more information on this film, I mean, it's pretty much going to be a big question mark at this point. I think they're not going to pass, I figured there was going to be some type of theory of maybe they will go between Saw 2 and Saw 3, but it looks like they might do a full 3-film trilogy before Saw 2 even happening at this point. And you know what? I'm all for it. And if Cecilia's involved, I'm all for it. If they kind of make her disappear for some odd reason, I don't know. I feel like there's just more to it than, everyone's going to wonder where Cecilia Peterson is and what's going on and what this next game is going to be. And obviously, if they're, they have an idea right now. And I think that's the most important thing is they're going to the next film already with something in the works and can't complain. Now, the biggest thing about this next film. Now, we already knew that this film was going to be greenlit at some point. I didn't think it was going to be this year at all, whatsoever. I thought it was going to be middle of next year. Maybe we wouldn't have get this movie until 2025. But with a September 24 release now, the writers for pretty much Jigsaw, Saw Spiral, and obviously the Saw 10 film we just got, Peter Goldfinger and Josh Stolberg will not be coming back to write for this film. They're going to venture off to do their own works on some other projects. Josh Stolberg said whoever they hire is going to be in good hands. Now, the director is going to be the same, and Kevin Greutert. I mean, Kevin Greutert has been around the Saw franchise since the beginning. I mean, he was an editor, and then he did Saw 6, and then, he did the final chapter, directed both of those films. So he's been around, as a director, and he knows what the fans want, what the fans don't want. And obviously having John Kramer, having Tobin Bell back in this whole thing, it's automatically making so much money, and the hype is just getting real. So I'm thinking, from all the money they made from this Saw 10 movie, this Saw 11 film has got to be bigger, badder, bloodier, and just a bigger, longer story. And I hope we do get that. It does make me a little nervous that the writers are gone, the original writers, and there's nothing wrong with replacing both writers, but it does worry me just a little bit. I know Anthony Stabley will still be the production designer next to Kevin Greutert as the director, but now they have to get another writer. And interesting enough to see who they hire. Kevin's going to do a good job and hire the right man, and I really hope they hire the right guy. The writing has always been pretty damn good, and I thought Saw 10 was amazing with the writing. I thought the acting was fantastic. And, you got to have a good script for actors to really act, and I think that's the most important thing. So new writers are on the way. Hopefully we'll find out soon who they are. To conclude this video, Saw 11 is greenlit, and, I mean, it's next September, guys. Like, they're going to be filming by January probably, and we're going to have behind the scenes, we're going to have some video, we're going to have some stuff, and, this channel has really lifted off from a lot of the Saw 10 news I've been putting out, and I love covering this franchise because it's one of my favorite franchises of all time. Let me know what you guys think about Saw 11, and where do you think the story is going to go? Do you think Cecilia Peterson is going to be the main antagonist again? Is this going to be another, anti-hero John Kramer type movie where we're really just pushing for him so much and cheering for him? I'm just so happy that this franchise is not dead. To make $106, $107 million is not easy to do for a franchise, especially with Tobin Bell hasn't been around. And who is your moneymaker of this franchise? It's Tobin Bell. Tobin Bell is the difference maker. But then if nothing else works around it, it could be a crap movie. And Saw 10 was just stellar, just awesome. A 9 out of 10 film for me. And it's not a 10 out of 10 just because I wanted just more. I just wasn't even done with 2.5 hours of that. And I just absolutely loved it. And I know Saw 11 is going to be even bigger and badder. And they care about the fans. And the fans made this sequel happen, because even Anthony Stabley and Kevin Greutert were saying, if this thing makes a lot of money, there's already been some apparently past actors that have been coming up to them and asking them about doing more of these films, and God knows who has come up to them, that have been in the franchise or something like that. And I think getting more Tobin Bell, getting bigger, badder traps, and being more, obviously, more creative, and I love the traps from Saw 10, and I think they're going to get, even more gruesome, and I'm very excited. Guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video, obviously, for more Saw 11 news coming out in the coming months. It's going to be very exciting. Man, that put a smile on my face today when I saw that was greenlit. I was so excited. Still am, and just ready to go. So you guys have a fantastic day. Keep running. Peace out.